see, I've stripped up that old paper template that he'd glued down. I don't know what the glue was. Horrible stuff. Got a couple of plans of what I think I want to do. There was two I was trying to mess with. I think I've settled on this one. I will, if it doesn't come up on this, I'll try and get it on the screen a bit more properly. I am struggling at the moment. I've only got my mobile phone to film this on at the moment, so I've just had to print this off because the image actually was on my phone. But if you look, there is actually, it's 6 cubes by 4, so 6 foot by 4. This is 1 inch short of 6 foot and 1 inch short of 4 foot. So either or, but the only thing, the difference is between the other layout is it's very similar, as in terms of this comes round here as in 2 lanes. It does go into 4, but then it goes back off again as in 2 lanes again, and goes up an incline and then goes over this, so it carries on in 2 and then comes back round again. The other one on this side, it came off and had like train depot thing with the turntable and storage, where this one, it's up here, there's like a mill or some sort of works. Hopefully if I can get this one, just checking this is on the screen, yeah, if I can get this line to come off here maybe and come over the back of this and join, that'd be good. I'd like a turntable, a train yard, so if I can incorporate it down here and maybe just line this off and then have this as a, what they call a fiddle yard, to put all the rolling stock. I haven't got a lot of rolling stock. I'm not going to get loads and loads. I've got plenty with the 00 gauge. This, in my mind, it's just something for me to do. If I can get it roughly together, maybe I can sell it on for somebody else to carry on doing it. A bit of money, get some materials up into the loft and have the larger layout up in the loft. What I'm going to do is just going to roughly just sketch it out, mark the metre squares, and then I can just roughly gauge from there to there on each cube corresponding onto this, roughly where the track's going to go. The only thing I don't like about this is the tracks. Don't know if you could see on the photocopy. They do go under. This table's still sticky. They do go under there. That one may not be too bad to get to. I mean, this is quite, you're looking at over a foot in trying to get, if there's a derailment in this bit, especially this bit. I have to have this open at the back, because I want to keep it as minimum as possible. So from there, that's the highest point, obviously. This section, it's only got to be a certain amount high, because I haven't got much from it to get to there. Gradient, I don't want it too steep. I've got plenty from that point there to get down to base level. Right then, there we go. 4 squares across, 6 squares down. I've got a grid system I can work from. Still don't know what I'm doing. So hopefully now, if I take 1 square at a time, I mean, I don't know how, probably could, but if I could, it'd be bigger than A4. Yeah, it's a shame you couldn't actually cut them A4 pieces. Probably could, but that's a lot of paper. So, I just guesstimate. I mean, roughly you can see that there in the middle of that cube. And that's just off the middle. That's in the middle, but that's off centre. So I know that roughly. I can bring that across. That's going to curve. I did have a piece of plastic somewhere, which I did put to one side to help. There it is. Bit of curtain track. On one of these ones, don't jump on the light. Decent bit of curtain track. Like I said, I know that they're roughly going to come out in the middle of that there. And they will come out in the middle of that one there. I know roughly I can curve that to that angle. I know I've got my curve there, then I can try and follow that round with flexi. Try and lay out my straights and then join, maybe do that. Come down with my straights just beforehand. Two. Right, sorry about that guys, I was struggling with, I have to record off my phone because that's all I've got at the moment. I was struggling with spacings of the track. I don't know much of that. I haven't got like track spacers. I don't really want to get into all that business. Buying gadgets and track setting, blah blah blah. But basically, as it showed on there, it doesn't show much of a station. Working on roughly what I've got. If I could have this first line here, let's say like a mail delivery or whatever it is delivering to this, have that connected back up. Now looking at getting rid of this section to join onto there. Obviously it's for that line to join onto there, but if I could do that, it can just come down here anyway, off this line onto this one. So I don't see the reason for that. And then what I've done is literally figured out roughly where they're going to start from a point, going around marking roughly where they are in correspondence to the grid. I was trying to find on my phone information of how wide a tunnel mouth is, going round in two, and then following that one up to there. So what I'm trying to do is do the base one first. As soon as it gets to there, then it starts elevating up. So I can get this one done, I can follow the inside of this track and then get the rest of this done. So, like I said, I've just put pins, there's one over there. And I'm going to see if this bit of flexible track works on the pins. Don't want to, shouldn't have my trains out really, but I'll get them out to see how fast things get spaced out. I'll put that to there. That's pinned on there. mean, I've got these points, they're pretty old, but they are the medium. What it shows on there, I think they are quite harsh, the small ones. And from what I've read, many locos don't like going over them. From that to, it's going to be roughly about here. Ticket station, small platform or an exit with, small platform here maybe with the steps going over, one leading down onto this platform, carrying on, one leading down to that platform. That way then I've still got a delivery to make it to that one, platform for this side, and then if there's two in there, one can still pass through. I may join that to that, don't know, but see if I can get this second one. I didn't really want to do this one yet because that's on, like I said, it's the elevated section. But then again, I'm coming to there, and now I'm starting from there to be elevated. I don't know what the maximum height elevation is. And then going on this, I don't need much more than the track, the train itself. So if I go on, say 2 inches, is 2 inches enough? My fingers aren't working either. It is December, well, last few weeks of November. Winter's coming in. Right. Hi guys. Don't know if this will be a new video or just added to the other one. But it just seemed I was wasting lots of video time just scratching things out, starting again, doing this, doing that. So, previous ones I showed you this. Okay. Now, I marked out my grid. Just zoom out. On this. So, 6 squares, 4 squares. On there, doesn't seem that bad. On this, it seems ridiculous. These points, I was struggling to get these in. Sorry, there's one there. Struggling to get that in, and that, this, that and the other, especially this, and still incorporate a station with, say, 3 or 4 coach lengths. This I didn't understand. I took this out, let me go back in. I just rounded this off and joined this because this section of going from here to here can be accomplished there. So anyway, it's trying to figure out this line here, second one down, was this one. Let me go back out. Was this one. Now I followed it round. Look back at the picture. It goes into a tunnel roughly in the corner of the second square, which should have been here. And this rail here. I cannot get that curve. Remove some of these tools. So I was using heavy weights and bendy old curtain track to try and get a nice continuous curve. So scratch that, let me come back to this. So anyway, I've gone, so this second rail is here, followed it round, it curves, I've only done one line, but if you look at certain sections there, look, that pencil mark means it's the opposite side of the track. tunnel. So it comes down, nice sweeping curve, and then it starts to get a bit tight. And where that crosses here, this is a tunnel. Sorry, not a tunnel, a bridge going over, and just after it on that line. So here's the bridge. Here should have been the tunnel entrance. I cannot get that radius round sensible enough to come meet round here to then get the height. Now, I've been trying to find, like I say, I've struggled with this. I'm only on a mobile phone. I haven't got a camera set up in there. Closest thing I could find is roughly, it's about 4.5 centimetres to 5 centimetres, the actual tunnel portal hole. Just roughly finding stuff. This is 4.5. So I was using this, so just in reality that would be my tunnel height going into there. That would be my bridge height. Now from there, bearing in mind there's a tunnel which I've had to move to say about here because of the curve, I cannot get that incline from there in such a short distance. It's ridiculous. I don't think anything's going to climb. Back to this one. The underground section goes straight across. So that should have literally gone from there. You can see my old pencil mark. I was trying to incorporate a wider curve. Also with this one. So I brought this round here. I think it's just too much. I honestly do. I brought this as far as I can this way. So if I was to build the sides up, which it is, this section here, this is on a higher level. And I was going to bring a point off to come round into the works. So that would be here. So at least I can get some sort of a hand inside for a derailment. But I honestly don't. I think this is just too tight. Ideally, I think this should be on a 6x8, not a 4x6. So, like I said, I didn't want to waste video time scratching, rubbing things away, and then doing something else. So, this was my original. I'm going to try this one now. It's very similar, as in the railway, the station, or whichever it is. So there'll be some sort of a ticket office. I don't know if you can get a goods in or something down this end. I don't know. A roadway, maybe. I don't know how this would work. This would have to be a decent, a kit form of a bridge. Tunnel, one there. So that would have to go over there. So there's a tunnel. Sorry, this was off a phone, so you got this symbol. There's a tunnel. Just there, under that picture. See that? Obviously, I don't know if that's above or below. I think that'll be above. Going over the train tracks, you'd have some sort of weird crossing there. That's the only section from there to there covered, so I can get hand. So it would be from this side. And then of course it's coming out of there, so as soon as I come off that section and that section, you'd be from there, I think. I'd have to elevate it, but I've got literally from there all the way around, elevation. I think this will be the highest point. Of course, yeah, the highest point would have to be here, so I can bring it to about here somewhere. So I've got from there to there. If you bring that similar grid system, it is roughly the same size. I'll transfer that grid over onto that section. We're just bringing that down. What would that be? So it would be roughly there. So the second line in. So again, it would start from about here roughly, the incline, and I'd have 1, 2, 3, 4 foot. 3 foot coming round, 3.5 foot coming round to this section. And I think the highest point would be in that square there where the ruler crosses the come across, meanders back round on the inside, and then as I come back down, I'll have this will be the highest point again here, here, and then round back down, as the tunnel mouth is just on that bottom corner over there, and then in. So I'll pause it now. I'll get back when I've cleared all this off and start again.